Welcome to The Scoop, where small changes lead to big results. I'm Rachel, a registered dietitian and a mom on a mission to make nutrition simple, practical, and actually doable. Whether it's decoding labels, busting food myths, or sharing easy wellness wins, this is your space to get real answers that fit real life. So let's dive into today's episode and take one more step toward feeling your best. Any and all opinions and views shared by hosts and guests on this podcast are the speaker's own and do not represent the views of Live It Up or its affiliates or parent company. Hey guys, welcome back to The Scoop, serving you straight nutrition talk, one scoop at a time. I am Rachel. I am a registered dietitian. In fact, I'm the chief registered dietitian for Live It Up. And I have about 20 years experience in the nutrition space as a dietitian. And today we are back in the kitchen because I'm going to do another installment of what does that supplement taste like? Is it a greens powder? And today we're looking at Ka'Chava. Ka'Chava, man, it's been around for a while. And it's not a greens powder for sure. It's not a protein supplement. This is a meal replacement, okay? This is not just, I'm gonna have some protein after my workout or, I'm gonna have this as my greens powder. This is a significant supplement. So let's dig into it. I'm gonna put the supplement facts panel up here and we're gonna talk through the ingredients. What does it contain? Is it a good product? Should you be drinking it? Let's look at it. So Ka'Chava is hefty, all right? And they are saying that they have nutrients to support energy, digestion, muscles, weight, immune system, mind, hair, bones, joints, heart, skin, nails. And as a dietitian, do you know what I say? If it sounds too good to be true, it might be. Be really aware of supplements that have a lot of claims, all right? It's kind of a red flag. With that said, I bet there is some stuff in here that supports some of these. So let's go through it. So the first thing we want to look at is that it does have added vitamins and minerals, right? What I like about this is that they're not 100% of everything and they're not mega doses. It's variable. So it gives you more leeway in your diet. So if you're taking this, you probably won't be going too overboard unless you're taking a different mega multivitamin somewhere else. But you probably won't be going too overboard with your micronutrients, which is really important because we get micronutrients from whole foods that we eat. We get micronutrients from supplements. We get more micronutrients from fortified foods, things like cereals and nutrition bars. Plant milk has added vitamins also, things like calcium and vitamin D. Okay, that's also minerals. Anyway, so I like that it's not overdosing us, right? If you're gonna take it every day, it'll fit within your supplement schedule, though I would be really aware of what other supplements you're taking with it to make sure you're not getting too much of anything. So let's look at the ingredients, all right? The first ingredients are the protein. This is a big part of this formula. There are 25 grams of protein per 2 scoops. So 25 grams is a good amount of protein. They're getting it from plant protein. So we're looking at pea protein, we're looking at brown rice, amaranth, quinoa. All of these are helping with that protein. The reason why supplements that are plant-based will have a variety of plants as their protein source is because having a variety of plants means you're getting more amino acids. And, there are 20 amino acids, 9 of them are essential, which means that we can't make them, so we have to get them from food. So having a product that is plant-based but has a variety of plants in there means that it likely has the amino acids that we need to build protein. So this is good. It has a good variety in there. Okay, the next thing is that it's omega-3s and it's fiber blend. So it's getting it from flaxseed, from chia seeds, whole grain oats, and soluble vegetable fiber. So the fiber content in here is good. So for 2 scoops, you're getting 6 grams of fiber, and it's also providing you with some omega-3 fatty acids. Now, the omega-3 fatty acids in here are plant-based. So this means that you need more of them to actually provide a beneficial dose. And that's because ALA and EPA, they need to be converted several times in the body for them to be in the bioactive form, to be converted to the bioactive form. So it doesn't actually say how many grams of omega-3s are in here. However, let's take a gander at the supplement fats panel. So total fat is 6 grams. Saturated fat is 2.5 grams. There's no trans fats, or at least it's less than half a gram, because anything less than half a gram doesn't have to be stated on a supplement facts panel or on a nutrition facts panel. Okay, so 6 minus 2.5, we're looking at about 3.5 of other fats. So we can assume that many of those fats are coming from omega-3s, probably some are other polyunsaturated fats. So that's how we can kind of approximate how many omega-3s are in there. They have the cocoa, because this is the chocolate flavor, because I love chocolate, and coconut milk. It's supposed to be a very creamy supplement. Again, they want to make it so that you enjoy it and you have it. So the coconut milk is in there to help with that creaminess and the flavor. And then they have a superfruit blend. Now, the first thing in the superfruit blend is organic coconut nectar. Organic coconut nectar is an alternative to sugar. It's maybe has some antioxidants in there, but it's a refined part of the coconut. It's the nectar, which is extracted, which means that this is really here for sweetness. So the fact that it is the first one, ingredient in the superfruit blend means that that's taking up a lot of space in that blend. So anytime you look at a nutrition facts panel or a supplement facts panel, everything has to be listed from highest dose or most, what takes up the most volume, to the least that is in that product. All right. So we can deduce from here that organic coconut nectar is the biggest in the superfruit blend. And there are other ones in here. There's acai, there is blueberry, blackberry, and they're all organic, which I like, and that's a personal decision. Not everyone chooses organic, and that's okay. After that, we have the vitamin mineral blend, all right? So we've had the protein, we have the fiber, and now we had the fats, and now the next is the vitamin and mineral blend. So this is all these vitamins and minerals you see on here. They're listed in the ingredient list. So now they've got some adaptogens. So they've got some mushrooms in here. Now, because we're getting toward the bottom half of the list, the ingredient list, that means there is going to be less and less of these ingredients. So we don't really know how many milligrams of things like the shiitake or the reishi are in there. But we can assume now that we're getting into smaller and smaller doses. There is a lot in 2 scoops. Now, these scoops are big. So, if you're looking for something that is primarily for adaptogens, I'm going to put my money on this not having an effective dose. But if you're there for the hint of it, and you're really here just for it being a meal replacement, thumbs up. So now we get into the super greens blend. So these are the things like the carrots and the chlorella, parsley, moringa. Some of them are organic, some of them are not. But again, this is at the bottom. So now we're looking at probably not a lot of greens in here, but a sprinkle. There are some greens in here. And then at the bottom, we have prebiotics and probiotics. Now, it doesn't say how many probiotics are in here. There are 2 different probiotics, but we just don't know. We don't know if it's an effective dose or not. So if you're taking this as a probiotic supplement, I would say like maybe a different supplement would be a good choice, because we just don't know how much is in here. And because it's at the bottom of the ingredient list, it might not be an amount that you can then see results with or benefits from. And then at the end, we also have some guar gum, some xanthan gum, because I did try this ahead of time. We'll do a taste test together. But I tried it ahead of time, and it is thick and creamy, and those are there as thickeners. They're helping with that texture, all right? And they also have digestive enzymes. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 digestive enzymes. Again, not sure how many, but they're in there. So when we look at this, 25 grams of protein is great. 6 grams of fiber, amazing. And we know that some of that fiber is prebiotic. It does have some omega-3s. We don't know how many, but they're in there. And it does have 4 grams of added sugar. Some of that is from that coconut nectar, because it's kind of high up on the list, 240 calories for 2 scoops. Again, I mean, for some people, that's a snack. So you could use this as a recovery. You could use this after a workout, especially strength workout, because after strength workouts, that's when your body needs extra protein the most for muscle protein synthesis, MPS. I would say, like, if I'm looking at this overall, yeah, I would give this a thumbs up as a supplement. As long as it's not replacing whole foods in your diet, but it's helping you boost up your diet where it's at, then it could be something that you add in. Shall we try it? So it says to put it in about 12 ounces of water. This is probably like 10. You're gonna need a good blender here. Don't just use a spoon, all right? Oh boy, I think this is gonna come out of my glass. So we'll see. I'll keep it low. I need level 2. Yeah, level 2. Boy, that is thick. Should we go to level 3?
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
Look at that muddy goodness. Smells chocolatey and delicious. I like it. You can definitely tell it's plant-based. It is a tiny bit gritty. If you've had pea protein powder or a plant-based protein powder, you know that they're just not as smooth as whey or casein or something like that. It's very thick. So they definitely got that texture with that guar gum and the xanthan gum that helped to really like make this a little bit thicker. As you can see, it like just, I didn't really mix it that well. It's fine. Like I said, it's got that plant taste, which I think is fine for some people. You might not like it, but I've used products like this in the past, so I'm kind of used to that flavor. I think it's more delightful than I thought it was going to be. Now, full disclosure, let me take one more sip. So I did have this the other day because it looked really good, but I did get a lot of like bubbly, gassy, really rather uncomfortable effects later on that day. And then I tried it again the next day because I wanted to see, was it something else? Was this the product? And I made sure that in my day, there was nothing else new. And it definitely happened again. So I think it's really important to keep in mind that you are adding a lot of fiber here. It's 6 grams of fiber in one drink. That's significant. Like you'd have to eat 2 cups of broccoli to get 6 grams of fiber. It's a significant amount of fiber. It takes your body time to get used to that. It also takes your body time to get used to new probiotics. It takes your body time to get used to a new product in general, because there's a whole bunch of other ingredients there that you might not be used to. So as a dietitian, I do think that over time, the body would get used to this, but you would have to see how it goes. Maybe you start with 1 scoop and you move up from there as you get used to it. But you do want to see, after a couple weeks, am I still getting those same side effects? And if you are, the product might not be right for you, but you might find that these initial like bloating and gassiness, little bubbliness might be transient. It might not last that long. So it could be something that you could include in your day as long as you're able to kind of get through those side effects on your own. I think it's a pretty good supplement. Don't use it as your greens supplement because it is likely that it does not have as much as other products out there. In fact, if it did, I'd be able to taste it. And I don't. You know what I taste? Chocolate, plant protein, coconut milk, and when you get that aftertaste of like vitamins and minerals, that's what it tastes like. And actually, the added vitamins and minerals, it's not that big of a deal in terms of the flavor. But I don't taste greens. And that means there's just not enough in there to make an impact, right? So don't use it as a greens powder. Sure, might it add some antioxidants, a little bit of micronutrients or bioactive compounds to the drink? Yes, but likely not as much as a greens powder that is meant to be a greens powder, and that, the strength of the formula is all the vegetables and plants in it. Can you use it as a protein supplement? Sure. Just realize that it's a lot more calories than a regular protein supplement, right? Because it has a lot more ingredients. It's got the omega-3s, it's got the fiber, it has the vitamins and minerals, it has, the coconut milk. It has a lot more in there. So if you want just a protein powder straight up for, after a workout or to add to a smoothie, this might not be the right one for you because it just adds so much more. But if you're looking for an all-in-one, something with a good dose of fiber, something with a little bit of probiotics, though we don't know how much, something that, has the protein in it, maybe you have really busy mornings and this can help you get something in your system. Because as a dietitian, I definitely believe that breakfast for most people is an important way to start their day, to help rev their metabolism, help to set the tone for the day, especially if it is a well-balanced breakfast, helps you set your intention for health and for your goals for that day. I hope you enjoyed this little foray into Kachava. Let me know if there are any other supplements that you would like me to look at with my dietitian's lens. Definitely subscribe because I'm going to go through a whole bunch of these just so that we can talk about ingredients. We can talk about, is it right for you? Does it fit into your goals? Does it? Let's find out. Ask me some questions. Let me know what you think. Have you tried Kachava? Do you love it? Do you like the taste? Are you a fan? How was your tummy? Did it get upset like mine? Let's talk. Have a fabulous day.